Well, hello YouTube. This video is about feeding properly. So I have my computer here. I'm going to read a couple notes and things. But normally I would preach that you would push harder to eat more, right? There was a fellow that I was conversing with in my comments on my Instagram actually about this. And I think that that is something that I would stand by, is that if you want to consume more calories, you got to work harder. And I think that the work precedes your ability to eat as someone who is an ectomorph or a hard gainer. This guy that I was talking to actually was like using a home setup. He just had a couple dumbbells and stuff. And I think that it's worth saying, while you can certainly make a difference in your life using a home gym and stuff, if you are someone who is very skinny genetically and you're trying to bulk up and gain some mass and strength, you are going to need to use heavy weights. That's the long and short of it. So yeah, like I'm saying, you can certainly make a difference in your life using a home gym or light dumbbells or, you know, whatever you got. But gaining 50 pounds of muscle like I have done, probably not going to happen if you don't have a way to deadlift and squat heavy weight. You see these guys on Instagram in this toxic fitness community of Instagram. You know, you see these guys that are just absolutely roped up who are clearly spending every day in the gym. And then they'll post this video of them doing like a street circuit. And they'll be like, hey, if you want beefy legs or whatever, do this. And they're doing like burpees and stuff. That's not how it works. You best believe those guys have been in the gym every day of their life until they film that video. And that's what people consume, right? So, of course, they're going to say that kind of stuff. If you're real skinny, you're just trying to bulk up, that's not going to help you. So that's, I guess, my first point that I would like to make is that if you want to eat a lot, you have to work out really hard with heavy weight. So how do you eat more calories? My number one personal hack is my huge breakfast. And I've been telling people about this a lot over my years. But the general response that I get is, oh, I don't like breakfast, or I'm not a breakfast person. I get that. Actually, I wasn't really into it either when I first started. But you have to get yourself into a rhythm of eating a solid breakfast because, first of all, your routine in and of itself should have you getting up regularly. All right. If you're not getting up at a regular time, you need to make that start happening. But the regularity of eating breakfast is really something that has never, ever changed. That's like the one thing that's never changed. I've had months out of the gym. I've had lots of weeks and months where my diet has not been what I want it to be. But one thing that has never, ever changed is making sure that my breakfast is consistent. In fact, I don't think I've missed a breakfast for probably 5 years. I make it happen. So what I eat personally is I'm in the 6 to 8 egg range. And I will try to get some carbs in there as well. Pancakes, Krusty's pancakes. I know my buddy Eddie does those protein pancakes you can get from Costco. I also know that Chris Bumstead does that. He makes his own protein pancakes. I get plenty of protein out of the eggs I'm eating. I have noticed no side effects of eating that many eggs. I know people talk about cholesterol and stuff and other things. I have not had a negative experience. After all said and done, I'm probably around 1,000 calories on my breakfast. And that's a great way to start out your day. Boom, you already took care of 1,000 calories. So say you're trying to hit 4,000 in a day. You're already a quarter done if you get a good breakfast down. My number 2 tip would be trying to get calorie-dense foods and fatty foods in your diet. A couple examples that I always have on deck. Coconut oil, avocado oil. I've already said that in a video. You need to be cooking with oils. Avocados themselves, really, really healthy fat and caloric. Peanut butter, I always have peanut butter on deck. Oh, there was a video that I watched. I wrote this little note with Mike O'Hearn.
So why Skippy, man? Can't you get some kind of organic, grass-fed, peanut-eating, Keith Evans-looking peanut butter that's so healthy and good? Dude, eat the peanut butter. Eat the peanut butter, you snowflakes.
Say what you will about the guy, but he's a specimen for a reason. He was being facetious, but he was talking about how, you know, people are afraid to eat things like Jif. I just picked up a 2-pack, right? But Michael Hearn was saying people are afraid to eat that kind of stuff, and you shouldn't be. He was like, just eat it, because his reasoning was your diet's going to get real old real fast if you're not willing to eat some stuff that tastes good. When I make salmon, I bread it. I put breading on the fish. That adds calories. Chicken, same thing. You can add breading. You can add dressing. That's a really good way to add calories to your chicken. I throw peanut butter in my oatmeal. That ends up being a 500-calorie bowl of oatmeal when I do that. A little brown sugar. I do like 4 tablespoons of peanut butter. but takes 2 minutes for me to make it. 500 calories. A bad example, but still something that sometimes sneaks its way into my life, is something like one of those chocolate muffins from Costco. Those are 600 calories. So, and I know it's a bad example. You can't be eating stuff like that all the time, but you know, you hear about guys eating 5,500 calories or whatever, 7,000 calories a day. That's what they're eating. Don't get it twisted. They're not keeping it 100% clean. I'm not saying to do that. Try to keep it as clean as you possibly can, but don't be afraid to let yourself have some crazy stuff here and there, especially if you're naturally super skinny and your metabolism is just ridiculous. You're just trying to make every meal as dense as possible. So those are my 2 big tips on how to eat more calories. 1, get your big breakfast down, and then 2, adding those calorie dense and fatty foods in there. This is something that I can talk a lot more about. There's a million other subjects within this subject. I really do want to help people that are like I was, that can't gain weight, because it's a struggle. Actually, the guy that I was talking to on my Instagram was legitimately depressed because of it, and that's just not cool, and I get that. So there is a way to fight past it, and that's why this channel's here. Boom! Come back.